Alright guys, welcome back. This is video 2, Blue Mind Oceanic. Again, I'm Joe. This video, I'm going to show you, on the contrary, how to pack when you're checking a bag for a 7-10 day long dive trip where you don't want to have any issues on your trip. You want everything to go as smoothly as possible. So I'm going to show you what I would bring to ensure that happens. The bag I'm going to be packing in is the Cressy Moby 5 bag. It is a 115 liter bag, and it has a couple different pockets for anything you might need. It's my favorite bag. Yes, it's big, but you're not going to see it till you land anyways, so what's the problem with that, right? So let's get started. So I'm going to open this guy up, show you the biggest pocket. We're going to start there. So there's a lot of room in here. It does come with these little buckles. I don't really think you need to waste time doing that since it's closed, so we'll just buckle them up on the bottom, keep them out of the way. So the very first thing that goes in this bag is the BCD for me. So again, I'm going to use the Hydros Pro. Yes, it's easy to pack for a carry-on, but it's just as easy to pack for a checked bag. You don't need to worry so much about folding it up the same way we did in the previous video. But this time you can definitely bring your knife. So it's going under the plane, no need to worry about that. What I would do is I'd still unclip these shoulder straps. Okay, still cinch down these little hinges at the top here and fold up the weight pockets. And you can leave it just like that. You see already there's basically nothing in here. It took up no room whatsoever. All right. BCD is in here. The next thing we're going to put in here is our regulator bag. So I'm going to put this off to the side for now, and I'm going to show you exactly what I put in the regulator bag. So this is the bag that comes with the TFX regulator. This is a longer trip, so I'm going to bring a couple more pieces of equipment for the regulator. But first thing, let me show you. Same thing. So this is our TFX here. Again, no octopus on it because we're using the safe second attached to the BCD. Transmitter's hooked up. If you notice, the transmitter I have on a 6-inch hose, I had that in the last video, I forgot to mention it. But this just makes sure that, when this is in transit or on the boat, getting back on the boat, that the transmitter is not directly connected to the first stage to avoid any of those threads splitting if one of the dive masters on the boat tries to pull you up by it using a handle. But that's gonna go right in here. Now, since we're doing a 7-day trip and I haven't checked the battery in the transmitter in a while, you can see the battery life on the watch, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna pack a backup pressure gauge, and I'm not gonna attach it, but I'm gonna have it down there in case something happens with the transmitter or the connection. I have that option to connect it, and that's a super easy thing to do. So where is that? Over here. Cool. So I'm just gonna unroll it. I'm gonna put it right in the bag. Keep it completely out of the way, just like that. All right, the next thing that I'm gonna put in here, and this is just me personally, what I like to do is I'm gonna take a rash guard, super thin rash guard. Maybe I'm gonna wear it diving, maybe not. I'm most likely gonna be diving with a wetsuit down there, but I'm just gonna fold it up and just kind of put it in here to protect the rest of the regulator. Next thing that's gonna go in here is my yoke adapter. So this regulator is set up for DIN right now, D-I-N. I'm not sure if you saw that. Sometimes in the Bahamas, they won't have access to the DIN valves for the tanks. So I'm gonna bring this just in case I can't find DIN tanks. I could just screw this right onto the regulator and then use it as a yoke regulator. So I'm gonna hold that off to the side there. I'm also gonna fill this up with all of my dive lights, okay? All of my valuable lights. I have the Sola 2500 right here. It's a rechargeable battery, so the charger is going to be packed separately. You'll see that. But I'm just going to put the light in here also. And I'm also going to put that Sea Life backup light in here as well. Cool. 2 more things to go in here. I'm going to put my mask in here because why not? I have the room. And I'm also gonna put my DSMB. So this is my marker buoy. Again, we're diving in the Bahamas, So it's crystal clear water, super flat on top, usually not too rough. I probably won't need to use it, but I'm there for a week, 10 days. Maybe I have a couple students asking to practice with it or something like that, so I'll throw it in the bag. That's it for the regulator bag. So I'm gonna zip this guy up, and this is going to go right here. We'll probably lay it down on the bottom right underneath the BCD, just like that. Now I'm gonna put some fins in the side here so you see how those guys go in. It'll kind of make the bag a little more sturdy before I fill it up the rest of the way. So we're gonna be doing some shore diving in the Bahamas. So I'm actually gonna dive with the open heel fins and wear booties. So when you're doing any rocky entrances to the water or walking around the boat and you don't wanna slip, the booties are a really solid tool for that. All right, so I will be using the Aqualung. They're called the Echo Zip. They're 5mm booty. I like them because they're pretty durable and they fit well with the fins, because the Scuba Pro fin pocket is typically a little bit bigger, I've noticed, than the rest of them. So these get ensure a good fit into the fin. So I'll actually put the booties right in the fins already, just like this. And then the way I pack the fin in the bag, comes with these nice side pockets here. Slides right in, you could fold the booty right over. And zip one up. And no, fins don't have a right and left foot, as much as I like to confuse people with that one. So either booty and either fin works well. Cool. So those are the main ingredients in the bag. Since we're going down for so long, I'm gonna bring an extra mask. I'm gonna bring this Cressy Zeus mask that I have here. It's a little bit of a different fit, but it does fit my face well. But if anyone else needs to borrow a mask while we're away, I don't want anyone else to not be able to dive. And I have the room in this bag, so we're just gonna throw another mask in here. And we're gonna leave it in the case. Cool. Last thing that's gonna go in this big pocket is a little bit of a toolkit that I like to put together for these long trips. I'm going to use this Pelican box. It's a waterproof box, so it has an O-ring right here on the inside, so no moisture is gonna get in. I don't need to worry about that. So I like to use a little multi-tool. It has all of the Allen key fittings that I would possibly need to do any work on the regulator or BCD here. It also has a little pick so I can remove and replace O-rings quite easily. So that goes in there. I also have this star tool. The star tool is nice for the wrench features on it. So if I have to tighten or loosen any hoses, I can use this. I might use this to attach that pressure gauge to the regulator if something happens to the transmitter, or I just wanted to dive with a backup if I was doing a deeper dive or something like that. So that goes in here as well. I also like to bring about 4 zip ties or however many zip ties. You know, you never know what application you might have for the zip ties, whether your alternate air source comes loose and you need a way to secure it. There's always a good reason to have these. 2 dude wipes, never know. I'm also going to bring zipper lubricant. The zipper lubricant is really great for the wetsuit zipper. It's going to help make your wetsuit last a lot longer than it would if you didn't use this. So that goes in there. And I'm also going to pack some leave-in conditioner for all you lady scuba divers out there, or bougie men. You can use this stuff. It's probably the best stuff on the market. We're also going to bring some defog. Usually they have defogs down on the boats, but since I'm packing a full bag here, I like to bring the Stream to Sea defog. It's reef safe and the bottles are biodegradable. They're made of like a sugarcane polymer. So, you know, it's one of the better products in the industry. And in terms of a defog for your mask, I think it's definitely the best that I've come across. The last thing I'm going to put in my Save a Dive kit is a backup dive computer. So I'm going to use the Garmin Mark II as my backup because now I have the Mark III. So I'm just going to throw this in there with one of the chargers in another bag just so I have it. Nothing's going to happen to mine, but you never know. Maybe somebody else is going to want to try out to use the Garmin and could sell one to them down the road. So that's a Save a Dive kit. I definitely have more things to put in here, but for now, this is gonna be everything that I am bringing. And I'm gonna throw that right in the middle of this BCD here. And it's a hard case, so I'm not worried about anything happening to it. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close the main pocket and I'm gonna finish the pack with these two outer pockets here. And by the way, guys, this bag is definitely still going to be under 50 pounds if you were wondering about that. I've mastered this skill, I promise you. So in this big pocket right here, I'm gonna put a 3mm wetsuit. Okay, show you that. I like to fold the wetsuit a specific way. If you guys are interested in seeing that, it's gonna be a separate video. Wetsuit fits really nicely in here. Also in here, I'm gonna put a pair of 2mm gloves and a matching hood, just in case. I probably won't need to wear the hood, but it's always good to be prepared. You know, we're gonna be doing 3-4 dives a day. Your body's gonna lose heat a lot faster in the water than it does in above water, so you never know when you're gonna get cold and wanna wear a hood. So I have my hood, my gloves right here. That all could be folded up. And zipped up just like that. So we have one more pocket to utilize here. And what's gonna go in this pocket, I actually bought this on Amazon, but it has served me very well. It's O-rings. It's an O-ring kit with 3 different picks in it. There's all different size O-rings in here for whether it be the tank, the DIN connection on your regulator, whether it be one of the low or high pressure hoses, really anything. So this has all different sizes. So I'm just gonna bring it down. It weighs absolutely nothing. And the last thing that's gonna go in here is a bag full of all the different chargers I may need. So the chargers that I'm gonna need for this trip are going to be for the solar light I brought, the rechargeable battery in the Sea Life light that I brought, the 900 lumen. I'm gonna have one of my Garmin chargers in here. I'm also gonna put one of those in my backpack because I do wear it as an everyday watch. So it's basically as important to me as my iPhone charger is gonna be. So there's a couple chargers in here. And I like to use the bag that the solar light came in. Just throw it in there. This is all the scuba gear you're gonna need to put in this bag. This bag probably weighs, I don't know, maybe 40 pounds. So we still have about, 9 pounds to go. Unless you're flying business class, then you have about 20 or 30 pounds to go. So let me show you a little trick that I like to do. Scuba trip hack, if you will. I'm gonna put all of my clothes in here that I'm gonna bring, or maybe not all of them, but like 3 bathing suits, all my shirts, roll some pants up because there's so much room and clothing doesn't weigh anything. And that way I'm gonna have a whole side of my suitcase for my girlfriend's shoes. Hope you guys liked the video. Drop a comment below, subscribe to our channel, and see you guys next time.